Hi, I'm Tom Hintz, owner of woodworker.com, and this is I Get Email number 11. Yes, they keep coming. The first one is from a wife of a woodworker. She writes saying, I just wanted to thank you for everything you do in your site. My husband told me about your site a few years ago, and I started reading the stories myself to better understand his hobby. One thing led to another, and for the last year, I've been going down to the wood shop while my husband was at work. I started out just trying his jigsaw, router, and bandsaw, but kept reading your site and trying more. About a month ago, I built and finished an end table without my husband catching on. That end table has been in our living room ever since, just a few feet from where he watches every football game that's ever been broadcast, and he has not noticed it yet. Now I'm thinking of getting a saw stop like you have, and I wonder if he'd even notice that. This is more of a response to the email I get about what I wear during our photo shoots. An increasingly common email at newwoodworker.com has to do with my wearing Green Bay Packers shirts in photos and videos. I'm from Wisconsin originally, so showing support for the Packers is second nature. I'm not against showing solidarity with the rest of the NFL, I just can't afford all those shirts. So if my not wearing your team's logos is really bothering you, send me the shirt. Extra large or bigger, we can use them for a tent later. The address is on the Contact Us page. This is another email from the wife of a woodworker, and I get a lot of these. I've been married to a woodworker for 25 years. By the third month, understood his manipulations when he wants to buy a new tool. Now, 25 years later, he still thinks he's getting me to agree when he says things like he can save us money if he had a new machine, or they can do more around the house, like home improvement at if he had more equipment. I think you know how that plays out. All of the furniture in our house was bought with the exception of a desk he sometimes uses for his laptop because none of our chairs will fit under it with people in them. He has fixed a few wooden things around the house with his tools, so we'll give him that. However, the only building that can be related to his woodworking tools was when we hired a contractor to build his shop in the backyard several years ago. I know that the garage he said he could build if he had that shop won't happen, but now at least the dust is in his building and not mine. Well, except for the trail from the back door to the bathroom. But I can handle that with my shiny new vacuum that I got him to agree to by spreading sawdust in the back hall that I had put in a bag while he was at the woodworking store, so I could make it look like the old vacuum wasn't working. He went for it the first time. And she adds, thanks for all your work on your site. My husband spends a lot of time on your site, and that gives me time to fix the toaster, the sink, the leaky hose, the squeaky door. You get the picture. Another common email is people asking what kind of cameras and that we use for the photos and video. A lot of times I just tell them just get the best that they can afford and then pay attention, use a lot of light. But occasionally some people reply wanting to know more specifics about the camera gear and their cost. They're usually shocked at the steep price tags. After I told this guy what cameras I use, he said, that's crazy. I'm not going to be charging people to see my videos. I replied, so what did you pay to see my videos? That he came back and said, but you can afford to give the videos away on your site. Of course, I replied with, okay, so how much did you pay to get on my site? He answered, now I really don't understand how you do it. It's a mystery to everybody, including my accountant. I got this email from a guy that I banned from my YouTube site because he kept leaving comments with swear words in them, and we take those off. He says, I was wondering why you're so angry. I've seen you delete comments on your YouTube channel on more than one occasion. I assume you banned him from posting as well. And I banned him because he kept putting the post back up there with the same swear words in it. He says, while I'm sure you feel you have a very good reason to ban people, you should keep in mind that others see how you interact with those who disagree with you. You're known in the online woodworking community as that angry old guy who did that kickback video. I'm sure that this email would make you angry, but I'm genuinely curious what makes you such an... and then he swore again. And I replied, I'm not an angry old guy. I'm a people person. And finally, a while ago, I opened up about having early onset Alzheimer's. And I knew that was turning the Wingnut Nation free. And I expected to get quite a few emails about that. Actually, I got a ton of email, and almost all of it was very nice, very supportive, and lots of nice comments that I want to thank everybody for. But I got one, and I knew there would be somebody. This guy says, Alzheimer's is going to kill you eventually, so why don't you just eat and die and get it over with right now? He says, then I won't have to worry about what you're going to be saying on your website anymore. And I don't know why he's worried about what I'm going to say on my website anyway. But this kind of email just made me want to work against this Alzheimer's and see just how long I can stick around and bother this guy. Everybody else you can just watch, but this guy I want to bother.